Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. We're up and running then. And this is Ronaldo. Gets the shot away!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure. I think that's great defending. He just made sure he was in the right place to block it. And I bet you the keeper's very relieved.
And it's James Rodriguez. Lovely, now then. And Sterling! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
Sterling is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, when it comes to centre-backs, Peter, we can't really ignore the impressive Sven Botman, who is a bit on the tall side, being 6'5". But, you know, having come through total football, sometimes you think that this guy is not really a defender because his passing game is so good. He can spray the ball anywhere from a central defensive position, and I'm sure we're going to see lots of that with what's to come.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. Sterling, and here's Alexis Sanchez. Oh, it's a great ball here. Takes a shot! Forward it goes. Mkhitaryan, he's having a hit! That was superb goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And we have our very first corner. And it's been taken short. Backward it goes.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Can he get it through? Ouattara. He's found a way through. There's the shot! And it's come back out to him. Goal! Inter! And Inter go in front. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Oh, he was definitely fully focused on that, Peter. His reaction and anticipation got him there when everyone else was spectating.
Inter Milan have taken the lead.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Casemiro. It's a good spell of possession, this. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. And this is Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, shooting chance! Ndidi. Now, what about a counter-attack? Kessié. And he's intervened well there. And now the breakaway. He's shifting through the gears here. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
And it's Juranovic. Kessié is wide and looking to get onto this.
This is the time you need that pace.
No, not quite on the same wavelength.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Casemiro does really well to win the ball there. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Botman. Searching pass he's played there. Kessié. Tries to pass it through. Stood up well to him there. And here's Lewandowski. Space for him to turn and look. Deflected behind for a corner kick. Ouattara goes short. Now the ball in. And that should get the job done. Auxerre have the chance to go the other way. Looking for the run. He's through here. Look at the space here. And the finish! And he hits the net. They have done it. They have their... And that is indeed the final act. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. So there was the first half.
Well, I think keeping our neutral hats on, Peter, this is more than a decent game of football where we've seen plenty of creativity. Both sides really ought to be looking to up the urgency, though.
So 45 minutes of uncompromising football, and at the break, it's one each. And we're already back up and running after half-time. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Lewandowski. Casemiro. Now Kivior. Oh, cracking ball. Good ball, good take. And he was alert to it. Sterling. Kessié. Kessié. There he goes, motoring forward. Threads one in. Kivior did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And he's in, and the shot! Goal! Auxerre! And the comeback is complete! Well, it's taken a big deflection, but boy, he will want that one. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
And he's picked it up out wide. Inter Milan can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Cristiano Ronaldo, numero 21, numero 8. Lasciano il campo per il
João
numero 23.
Cancelo makes a move down the right. Auxerre are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
And here's Alexis Sanchez. And that's a really buccaneering run he's making. James Rodriguez. And this is... And a chance! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Auxerre have their second corner now. Mkhitaryan with the short one. And he's been shifted off it. And now a sudden chance to counter. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Inter Milan, perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Nice sequence of passes, this. Burkhardt! And he's stuck it away! They've done it again! It is incredible!
I could watch this every week, Peter. Talk about strength of character, wonderful. Look, that was a technical interaction of great football. That has gone down a treat.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Sostituzione per l'Inter, numero 44.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. Inter Milan dragged themselves back again.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Opts for safety. Sterling. Chance! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Modern football for you. You get zero time to think on the ball. Take too long, and that happens. It gets pinched.
Lofted upfield. Kivior. To Camara. Mukoko. Into the last quarter of an hour.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
And the shot's on here. They shifted it to the flank. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And here's Insigne, Kessié. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
Ouattara looking to receive it in space. Cazorla. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Some good work on the right flank here. And it's James Rodriguez. And here's Sterling. And Sterling! Now, oh, he's been caught napping. Now, there's a fine ball. Tries a shot! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. He's had a shot!
Ci saranno 3 minuti di
Coco,
recupero.
Danny Vivian. And it's Cancelo. Now he's off and running. Well, nicely intercepted.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
James Rodriguez. And there goes the final whistle. A good watch, a really good watch. Both sides toiling to try and outthink, outsmart each other. But it wasn't to be, and they're all square.
Facciamo un applauso ai tifosi
Any
che
reflections
anche
on what
contro
you've
gli
seen, Jim?
anni,
Inter
Riccardo
certainly
Silva,
had some good
informazioni
moments,
dello
Peter. There were plenty of encouraging spells that more should have been made of.
My thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you.